Today, we've got the Good Fortune crew in the building, starring yours truly, along with an amazing cast, Seth Rogen, Aziz Ansari, who also wrote and directed, and Keanu Reeves. This film's got heart, comedy, a guardian angel, and a body swap twist that takes the chaos to a whole new level. Let's talk about making it, and maybe get a little messy while we're at it. Because, baby, this is Keke Palmer. As the nights get cooler and the leaves start to change, I'm partnering with Airbnb to help you find your perfect autumn escape. From mountain cabins to charming cottages with fireplaces, Airbnb's got you covered. Now, let's get into it. You guys! I love you guys. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so glad we did this kick-ass movie together. I think the world's gonna love it, October 17th. Y'all better go see it. But I have to ask, because of the theme and the vibe of the movie, what are you most fortunate about right now in your life?
Wow.
I know I took it there.
You did. I'm enjoying this moment right now. Seeing you do this is wonderful.
Oh my gosh, Seth!
It's so fun. In my head, I was like, she's going to snap into a whole different gear when we start this podcast. And then you really did. And I'm really, it was fun to see. So I'm enjoying this, Keke.
Thank you. Aziz?
I'm enjoying this, and I'm also very proud of the film and the experience I got working with all you guys. I mean, you guys are all my dream people to be in the movie, and I'm so excited we got to work together and now put it out in the world.
Yeah. What about you, Keanu?
Yes, I think I mean, since we're celebrating being here in the moment, I think, the opportunity to work with you and Seth and Aziz, like just wonderful artists, exceptional talents, and a wonderful story. I feel very grateful to have worked with you and to be in your company.
Oh, man. Well, it takes one to know one. I mean, Aziz, you could have directed a story about anything, but this one really blends comedy and some really important themes. I mean, homelessness, the gig economy, feelings of hopelessness and second chances. I want to know, like, what inspired you to want to write something about this?
Well, you see it all around in LA, and I feel very fortunate, and I'm definitely closer to Jeff than Arj, but you see this stuff and you hear these stories about people working 2 or 3 jobs just to get by, and just how much things have gotten difficult for so many people because of just housing and all these things getting expensive, and I think there's a lot of people that share the frustration that my character has and that your character has, and I love your character because there's kind of 2 different responses where my character's like he's lost all hope, and your character's kind of on the other end and is like, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna try to unionize this workplace, and I had thought of you for this person because we were working together on the other film, and your voice was in my head, and I'm just so thankful you did it, and I think you really delivered for us.
Thank you so much. Well, yeah, to everybody's watching and listening, Aziz plays Arj, who's this guy that's just trying to figure out how to make things happen in his life, and is really, really struggling. He meets a girl named Elena who's going through the same thing, but it's true, they have 2 totally different experiences, and yours gets kind of really shaken up because you have an incredible guardian angel named Gabriel, played by Keanu. But he's like not a normal guardian angel, or at least how we think they should be, because he's meddling in people's business. He's like not listening to his boss. He's also asking other people for their advice. So like, is he really a trustworthy guardian angel? I mean, which part of the quirks of Gabriel were most fun for you to play, Keanu? Because I feel like we got a little bit of Bill and Ted vibe up in there.
Yeah, Aziz was asking me to throw a little Bill and Ted, a little Todd from Parenthood, so
Love
some
Todd.
early days comedy, Reeves comedy.
Yes.
Reeves comedy.
And so it was delightful to have that energy along with this kind of aspiring, hopeful, almost innocent but also ancient character.
I love that.
Who's just kind of out of good intentions, making poor decisions.
I feel like you do so many things well. I mean, you give us drama, you give us action, you give us incredible comedy. Do you have a favorite that you like to play? I know you're getting ready to do an incredible theater
Yeah,
show.
I'm doing some theater. Do I have a favorite? I think you have all of these different situations, and hopefully and gratefully you get to a situation where whatever genre it is and whatever story you're telling, when you're in it, you end up in the same place. And it's a joy, you know? And that joy can have a different color and a flavor, but there is something that just becomes not somehow of the same, you're still connecting, you're still playing, you know, whatever it is. And so they kind of go like this, you know?
I know exactly what you mean. It's like a flow where you just know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Yep.
Yeah, and it's like a conscious unconscious.
I agree. I feel the same. I mean, I feel like we probably all would say yes to this question, but I have to ask anyway. Do you guys believe in angels? Guardian angels? Do you think you have one? A few?
I don't know.
Hell no.
Maybe.
But Seth, have you ever been in a situation? Situation in a car or a thing or traveling or going for a place or made a decision and something was like a near miss or
a divine
intervention.
Like something where it's like, oh, I have a feeling or I didn't go or I didn't do or something stopped me or something.
Maybe. I was once at a dinner party where someone had a picture of a ghost on their phone, and that honestly made me believe in ghosts more than anything.
Damn, how the hell they captured that?
It was like it was like an old.
I've never heard of a picture of a ghost.
In
It's
the
the only
scariest
one.
situation, it was like they lived in a house that was supposedly haunted. It was like their kid's birthday party. They were using disposable cameras, and there was like an old guy in a brown hat that supposedly lived in the house, and then he was in the background of the picture.
I got a dip. Sorry, baby, it's time for Aziz to leave. He's so freaked out.
Yeah, I'm not with the ghost. Whenever I
Are ghosts
feel
and
that,
guardian angels different things?
they better be. Whenever I
so.
feel that there's something in there, I just start saying, Jesus loves me. Like, I feel as if that's like my power sword. I'm like, and
gospel
God,
the ghost
God.
away. You just
Okay, Seth, you play a venture capitalist. I mean, this
do.
guy he's pretty out of touch. He has a great life. He's really rich. I mean, things are going great for him. I'm curious for you. Obviously, you're not a venture capitalist, but you're very successful. How do you stay grounded? You know what I mean? Because I do think that's kind of the conversation, right? It's like, okay, when you get to that point where you're working and becoming successful, how do you make sure that doesn't become your entire identity?
I mean, I won't assume I am grounded. Let's start there. I
love that.
I think I try to be as grounded as I can be, but I'm sure if I was around people who were actually grounded, I would seem far from grounded. I would imagine. I think like among Hollywood people, I'm pretty grounded, but that's like a pretty distorted baseline by a lot of measures. Yeah, I mean, I try to participate in life as a normal person. I try not to like outsource my life to other people wholesale. You know, I try to go do things. I try to be out in the world amongst people, living, doing things. You know what I mean? And I do think you can, you know, if you have a certain amount of money, you can sort of completely isolate yourself and curate your, you know, day-to-day experiences and moments, and I try not to do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, I fly first class.
Well, that's right. I mean, hey, you gotta be comfortable when you can.
Exactly.
So Arj is a struggling gig worker in the film, and to prepare, you interviewed. I know because I was there. You were interviewing people that were, you know, having these experiences, that were trying to, you know, get a union going. Just people that are, people we were talking about in this film.
Yeah.
What kind of eye-opening experiences did you have? Like, and was it, you know, tough? Like, what did it make you think when you were hearing some of these stories?
Well, as I started talking to people, I mean, look, as we're saying now, like the Jeff guy is kind of making fun of me and Seth. Like, we're that guy.
Yes.
Like, he's like a little bit
Saunas,
douchier than
cold
us,
plunges,
but yeah, that's
burrata,
us.
like
We will be the first to
Mr.
say.
Porterbags
But you guys
by
are
the door.
nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is us. This is
but
us,
it is mocking
100%.
our lifestyle.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I sent the script to Evan, who's
Yeah.
Seth's writing partner, and he's like, "I'm reading this in a sauna now. Like,
Yeah.
this is weird. Like, it's supposed to make us uncomfortable."
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure I got this right. So yes, I interviewed people that did delivery work and you know, people that, and he's not just a gig worker. He's like a guy that's got multiple jobs. He's hustling, which
That's
is
right.
like so many people's story. And you know, you do a little bit of this on the side. And what was shocking was like how so many of these things, like, oh, I'm sleeping in my car and things like that have become normalized. And a lot of people are doing this
Yes.
kind of stuff. And it was really pretty scary to hear how commonplace a lot of that stuff was. And, as far as the delivery work thing, like I knew there was a sequence where Seth's character would have to do DoorDash kind of thing to start making money. So I'd interview a few of these guys, and I was like, "Hey, could I like do a run with you? Could I do DoorDash?" And so I did it with this guy at LA. And after like the first couple, I was like, "Hey, can I like take over the account or whatever? Could I just do it?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so I said, "Okay." And it was so funny because I was just so bad at it right away. Like it was just like the stuff you see in the movie. Like I went to pick up the first order and I was like, "All right, well it should be ready. I'm just gonna double park." And he's like, I was like, "Don't tell me anything. Let me make the mistake." So I like double parked. I put the hazards on. I go in and the food's not ready. Like it's not ready. People are just honking and all this stuff. And then I finally get back in and then I'm like trying to back up and I almost run the car into a telephone pole. And I was like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." Like I'm used to my car having beeps. I'm used to the cameras and the beeps. And I was like, "This is so funny." And that's exactly what I put in the movie because it's like you don't realize how much of a jerk you are until you're like put in that different context. And then you see how little people tip and how people say things like, "Leave the food outside. I don't want to see your face. Press the button, get in the car and leave." It's like, all right, man.
Easy.
Jeez, all right.
Bringing you some burritos, man.
But there's all these people that do all this stuff for us, and it's easy to take them for granted and not really think about what they're doing to provide these services. And I remember when we were shooting, you were like, "Oh, I tip these DoorDash guys way harder than I used to from doing this movie." And I was like, "Oh, then we've done our job."
Yeah. I mean, one thing I really liked, even when I read the script, that takes a turn from the typical vibe you'd expect from this kind of movie is that when he gets his life swapped, it is great. Like money does change things. I mean, and that's the whole thing, right? It's like, what is good fortune? When you were writing it and you created that contradiction where it's like, like money did make my life better. That was the answer. How did you want the audience to respond to that? Because, there is the other side of it too, which is Elena, my character, where she feels like getting it or having it easy isn't actually the answer. I mean, are you just showing two different perspectives?
Well, I hope what people get from watching the movie is like, obviously, like getting millions and millions of dollars is one thing, but some of these people, if you just gave them $500, it could change their lives. People are so the margins are so thin in terms of how low wages are now compared to how high expenses keep getting. That
right.
Even just a little bit would help so much. And the difference with my character and your character is your character makes the point of like, well, I'm trying to help everybody. I'm trying to help everybody that works at Hardware Heaven, which is supposed to be like a Lowe's, Home Depot type store, and you're trying to unionize so everybody can get helped, and it's not just about you alone. And it's one thing I think that's cool about your character. And I interviewed a real guy that was trying to unionize a big store like that, and it's really inspiring talking to them and hearing their ambition and how much they care about the other people they work with, and everybody that worked in this guy's store. They all had their own story, of what they were dealing with and whatever. But the common thread was that they all worked in this place, and that if they treated them a little bit better, it would have a significant effect on their life.
And one of the things that I like the most is that sometimes the most fortunate thing or the richest thing you can have is your community.
Yeah.
Right? With Elena, whether it's the Union in the Hardware Heaven or it's Arch, Gabriel, and Seth's character, like we all end up becoming a community. And that I think also is like what I've always taken away is like that's what makes me feel fortunate in my life is knowing I have people that care about me. Gabriel takes one small change in his path, Keanu, and it just, it changes everything. What is the most life-changing encounter or moment in your own story where you felt like divine intervention? Like, oh my gosh, if I went to that audition, or I didn't go to that thing, or I went to that store and boom.
Oh, well, it's audition stories in the early day. Well, it's like, those would be like regrets, like, I didn't get that role. I didn't get that. And like, so what's the question?
Well, I mean, that would also be funny too if there's something.
Yeah, but where did it go good?
Yeah, where it went good.
Where'd it go good?
I don't know.
Where it helped the trajectory of you being who you are now.
Oh gosh. I don't know. There's moments where maybe I didn't die.
Yes, amen to that.
So maybe one of those moments where I was good that I didn't die.
It's always good.
That is good.
We love
maybe there might have been I got a little help
Yes.
and I didn't die.
I love that.
Thank God.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
We don't know what we would do without you, Keanu.
Yeah.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Y'all, I have been scrolling through Airbnb looking at the most gorgeous Victorian mansions in the Catskills. And let me tell you, your girl is ready for a fall moment. I'm talking spiral staircases, tower rooms with panoramic forest views, the whole vibe. Like, imagine me and my friends making apple cider in a vintage kitchen, telling stories by the fireplace and watching those fall leaves change from a wraparound porch. Woo! And the best part? I always look for the guest favorite badge, which means it's one of the most loved homes on Airbnb. Because listen, when I travel with my friends, we need more than just a basic room. We need space to really sink into the experience, to make memories. And trust me, hotels just don't give you that this place has a story feeling. Whether you're dreaming of a cozy cabin in the woods, a desert hideaway like my favorite spot in Joshua Tree, or yes, maybe even a slightly spooky mansion for fall, Airbnb has exactly what you're looking for. This message is brought to you by Apple Pay. Fall is my favorite season to be spontaneous. One perfect autumn morning, I threw on my coziest sweater and grabbed my iPhone. That's all I needed for a day of seasonal adventures. Because with Apple Pay, your iPhone is the only wallet you need. I started at this cute local pumpkin patch. When I spotted that contactless symbol at their farm stand register, I knew I was good to go. Then we loaded up on pumpkins and couldn't resist their caramel apples. No wallet? No problem. Just a quick double-click Face ID and tap with my iPhone. Faster and easier than using cards or cash. Down the road, there was this adorable fall festival happening. 'Twas an autumn paradise, I tell you. When I saw they were taking contactless payments, I knew I could shop stress-free. I bought the cutest hand-knit scarf from a local vendor and bought it using Apple Pay. And since it's designed to be secure with Face ID built right into my iPhone, I felt completely comfortable because I knew that even if I lost my iPhone, my card information would still be protected. The autumn energy had me feeling extra adventurous. So I followed the sweet scent of apple pie to this harvest market one town over. Homemade jams, decorations, fresh baked goods. I mean, I went a little overboard, but with Apple Pay, I'm still earning all my regular credit and debit card rewards on every purchase. Plus, my transactions stay private because Apple Pay doesn't keep transaction information that can be tied back to me. From big vendors to small craft booths, Apple Pay worked seamlessly everywhere I saw that contactless symbol. I was ready for whatever autumn adventures came my way, knowing I had a secure and easy way to pay. Don't let payment hassles keep you from jumping into those perfect fall moments. Whether you're shopping in stores, online, or in apps, it's accepted at millions of places worldwide. So goodbye to physical cards and cash. Pay the Apple way and make this autumn your most spontaneous season yet. Terms apply. Jeff is forced to live an alternative life. Your character, Seth.
Yep.
One without luxury and financial security. Have you ever thought about how that would look for you outside of Hollywood? We were just talking about how just at 24, 3 culturally hip movies that you not only starred in but wrote. I mean, one you did Superbad, but Knocked Up, Pineapple Express. I mean, what does your life look like if you don't have that success or have this passion?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably be working in like a video game store or something like that.
More video games.
Maybe
Still
a
in
comic book store.
Vancouver?
Do they have them? Is GameStop still around?
It's actually, I think, on its way out.
They don't even have GameStop anymore. I would do not. I'd be hard. I'd be living in my car. Yeah, no. I mean, I didn't grow up with a ton of money, and like I became, sort of like the most, like financially stable person in my family at a very young age, and so. But I look at my parents who really made things work, and we lived in, small apartments or houses we couldn't afford for a lot of my childhood, and it was nice, and I, we went to a lot of garage sales. It was lovely. I had a lot of like incomplete Star Wars toy sets as a child, but. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine what I would if I wasn't a successful actor and writer. I would just be an unsuccessful actor and writer. Like, I don't think I would have, I have no other discernible skill set. I have nothing else I've ever shown any interest in. I wasn't a good student, not athletic. I don't have a good mind for numbers or math or anything like that. And so I never even have considered doing anything else with my life. So if I wasn't, if I hadn't become successful, I would just be struggling to do the same thing I'm currently doing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the exact same way. I don't know what I would do if I weren't a performer. It's like, my world. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm just happy to have it, and I would do it even if I didn't get paid for it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how much I love it. So Gabriel ignores the rules, like I was saying, but I'm curious with you guys, and I say this because him ignoring the rules, although it kind of went crazy, it kind of came back right.
It works.
Were there moments in your life where you didn't, you went against the grain, you did something someone didn't expect you to do, and it made your life better? For me, I remember when I first wanted to start hosting, I was like 18 or 19. I told my mom, I want a talk show, I want to do, and she was like, Keke, absolutely not. No, my mom, she literally supports everything I do. When I told her to talk show, she said, sweetie, no one wants to hear you talk. I was like, now Sharon, what the hell? So I went against the grain.
No one wants to hear you
baby,
talk.
Nobody wants Keke Palmer. I'm like, Mom, but why? So I pushed and pushed, and I ended up doing my own talk show. And I mean, hosting and having conversations and talking to people is one of the most exciting aspects to what I do now. And so for y'all, was there a moment where somebody was like, or you thought, okay, this isn't going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway, and it turned out great?
Did anyone ever tell little Aziz he couldn't do it?
I mean, I think my whole journey to me makes no sense that it happened. I grew up in a small town in South Carolina with 8,000 people. Like, I never thought, I grew up watching this guy in movies. If someone told a young Indian boy in South Carolina, you're going to be in a movie with that guy, I'd have been like, that's just not possible. It's wild to me, you know?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I would have said the same thing.
Yeah,
Not about you, but about myself.
I can't believe I get to do what I do for a living, and I'm thankful for it every moment.
You, Keanu? Going against the grain?
Oh gosh.
Is that something you do often? Or are you a rule follower?
No. I don't know. I was like, what was I? I was like, I would push back if I didn't agree and you didn't give me a good reason. Like I was like against petty authority. Yeah, I am a Virgo. It was like if it wasn't like in schools and it has to make and then if it was just because, and then I was like a little like I need a little more room than that. So, I got kicked out of schools and did stuff and dropped out here and there. But when it was to the passion, to the thing of whether to write or to act or create, I was so focused. I think we all started pretty young, but it was self-motivated.
Yeah.
It was just like, that's it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So 15, 16, acting classes, Second City, community theater.
Damn, man.
And it was like, drop out of high school. So what? Gonna go act. Go do the thing. And so I'm a consummate professional. Anyway. But so, there's been some, so there's a little bit of like.
Did you finish high school, Keke?
The actor-kid version.
Yeah, exactly. So no.
I always tell people
who here dropped out of high school? That's
I mean,
pretty good. Aziz, what a nerd.
I was still in South
Guys, I
Carolina.
graduated. I liked high school.
I wish there was more. I sometimes think about that, how I wish there was more acting in things where I grew up. Because I remember we'd do one play a year and I would have so much fun. And anytime there was anything in that involved any kind of public speaking or performance, I loved it. But it was just like once a year you'd get to do this thing, and there wasn't any drama department.
How'd you end up finding it?
Because I went to school in New York, and then I started doing stand-up, and it's like Keanu said, once, I did good in school and stuff, but I was always just goofing off and wasn't paying attention, and it was school in South Carolina, so it was pretty easy. It's not like a rigorous program. Although in 11th and 12th grade, I did go to a harder school. But when I was in college, I was just kind of like, I don't really... It's exactly what Keanu's saying. I didn't really know what I was doing. And then when I found stand-up, I was like, oh, I see this. I like this. And then... the acting and writing, directing all kind of came from that, but I never had those dreams. It was always just, I like stand-up, I want to get good at stand-up, and then I started filming like sketches, and then,
And you forced me up there.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do the walk?
He had me do stand-up. He took me to a spot. Where did we go? We're in L.A.
We were in LA, the Comedy Store. You were
Comedy
great.
Store.
Have you done it since then?
I haven't. I haven't done it. I want to go back. I need to know how to put it together.
I'm like the opposite of your mom. I think you should just do everything.
Yeah, I think everyone wants to hear Keke Palmer talk.
Everybody wants to hear Keke talk.
Guys, that literal comedy, it's not a joke. That stand-up, you got to be prepared.
Yes, for sure.
You've done stand-up, yeah.
I understand. Be prepared. Yeah, you
It's
got to be
like-
prepared. It helps.
It's hard to, I mean, it's like it's a whole thing to write and put together. But what I liked was that you pushed me out there. I was scared as I went out there and did my thing. And you know what I mean? Like I learned a little something.
Yeah, you got to keep going. I mean, what I like about I've been touring a little bit this year, and the difference between doing that and doing movies is stand up is just so much. It's so much simpler. There's not as many things you have to deal with. It's just like you're talking into a microphone. You have to wait on anybody. You don't need anyone to sign off on anything. You don't need to get like financing to go do a stand up set. It's all just very simple. It's so pure. Just as you talking into a microphone.
What about you, Seth? Did you grow up being kind of a rule follower? Would you say you're kind of by the book person?
No, not at all.
I love that we're all just misfits.
I mean, I dropped out of high school. I cut a lot of class. I barely went to high school. I was writing. I knew I wanted to make movies. And me and Evan started writing Superbad when we were like 13 or 14 years old. I started doing stand-up when I was like 13. And so I was like very driven to like make movies and be like in comedy and entertainment. And so, I also smoked a lot of weed and did a lot of shrooms like that. So I also was also just cutting class and goofing off and going to movies. And me and Evan watched a ton of movies. But no, I was never rigorously disciplined, I would say, in anything other than writing and working. And then once I found writing, me and Evan would like go to his place. We would like skip school and like sit in a parked car and smoke weed and write Superbad on like a laptop computer together.
When you hear that, it just sounds like it was just so, boom, we went to, but like, what do you think like helps a writer start writing? Because you can have ideas in your head for days, but putting it to the paper, you know what I mean? Like, having the structure, like it having an arc, how do you do that?
I don't know. I think we learned as we went, and I think we liked movies a lot, and we slowly uncovered what elements those movies had in their writing that like allowed them to do the things that we liked. And we started to be like, oh, okay, if you have three characters who are in conflict with one another, it makes the scenes funnier because they can argue with each other, which is funnier than them all agreeing with each other. And it was like little discoveries like that, and set pieces, setting up circumstances where, the characters have to go through these crazy lengths to get what they want. And it's all stuff that's like very intuitive to me now, but we sort of were discovering it as we went, as like on the fly, basically. But I do look back and I think we watched so many movies. We did sort of have like an inherent understanding of like film structure and character arc and things like that.
Brilliant. What's your process, Aziz? I mean, I've seen some of your process working with you. It's incredible. Everybody's different. I think you really love like real life. You watch a lot, observe humans, and also just like us to just go. But how did you get to that point as a writer? Your taste.
Well, every movie I've written has had a little bit of different process. Good fortune, I had just that idea of like these two guys, the Arj character and the Jeff character, one guy that's, struggling, another guy that's doing really well. And then I would get to like page 40 that I didn't know where it would go. And then I had this idea of, what if the angel comes in? And then, it was not something I outlined. Sometimes I write things and I outline and I go, okay, that's where it's going to go. Other times I kind of just write things and say, I'm just doing this and just see what would be fun to happen next. And just kind of write yourself in the corner, and then eventually you kind of get it there. But then there's a whole other thing. Obviously, when you get your cast and, we all start spending time together and you start dialing it in more. I mean, once you are like, okay, Keanu's the angel. Okay, how do we really dial it into his voice? And you guys were so fun to rehearse and work with. And Yeah, but wait, I wanted to ask you just about the Superbad thing because it's weird because I'm curious about this stuff and we never talk about when we're hanging out.
It's amazing.
But was there any stuff that you guys wrote? Was there anything that made it from even those early
Yes.
in the car? Like, what are some jokes that were like, even because it's interesting because like your scripts change so much over time,
yeah.
right? Like from the first version of Good Fortune I had, there was different endings and all this stuff, and you start sending it to people, getting some notes, whatever feedback, things change. But there's certain things that this has always been in there. The thing in Good Fortune was part of that idea came from one time I was writing, one of the sparks that really put the movie idea in my head was I was in Colorado doing a show and I was riding in an Uber to the venue and I was talking with another comedian that was on the show and we were just talking about how much more homelessness we were seeing everywhere, all over the country from the last time we'd done a tour. And the Uber driver, who was a hipster Caucasian guy in his 30s, said, I was homeless for a while. This is not what you have in your head when you hear homeless guy. And he was talking about how he, showered at the gym and all this stuff. And that was kind of, I was like, whoa. And then you start looking into it and reading about it more and you're like, whoa, this is pretty widespread. All these things he's talking about. And I hadn't really seen it in a movie quite in this way. And, but that kind of thing of him sleeping in the car and all this stuff.
Yeah, that was always in there.
That was always in there. But yeah, so to go back to what I was asking you, were there any bits or things that were always in Superbad, even from those early?
Yeah, the McLovin joke was always.
It was always McLovin. Was there a number two?
Nope,
it was McLovin.
Never not
That's
McLovin.
It was always McLovin. And do you remember that moment when it was like, what if the Navy guy was McLovin?
Yeah, I remember we thought of it. We were in Evan's family computer in his basement, basically. And that's, honestly, a lot of it. And it's kind of shocking because even on a scene will pop up on social media or something like that. The scene where he brings him the ID and they're arguing over the name and Muhammad's the most popular name on earth and all we wrote that scene when we were 15 years old.
Wow.
Word for word essentially. And a lot of the jokes were from the structure is sort of what evolved as we got older and we started to realize there needs to be subtext and there needs to be this kind of we didn't understand the difference between plot and story, what's happening and what they're feeling, and so we eventually were there should be the storyline about how they're going to different colleges and they sort of are afraid of what that's going to bring, but that's what came as we got older, but almost all the funny jokes we wrote in high school, which is crazy, and
that's probably why it feels so real.
Yeah, it is why it's it feels exactly like young people, and it's why I see young people in McLovin shirts all the time. It's crazy how many teenagers seem to still watch Superbad, and
Absolutely.
I think it's totally because we wrote it while we were teenagers, and very few high school movies we did tap into some inherent truth about being a teenager that even I look at now and I'm and the director Greg Mottola did the smartest thing is he really made it look and feel timeless. He gave it 70s music. We wrote it in the 90s. It was shot in the early 2000s, but it was he made it look kind of it had a 70s palette, their clothes and the music, and because of that, it kind of gives it this frozen in time feel a little bit. And I give him full credit for that. It was really smart of him to do that, I think. Yeah.
There's also something cool about how they don't have, it was before smartphones and stuff. It kind of adds to the timelessness.
Yeah,
now.
we wrote it before cell phones, and then we added in one cell phone scene where
Michael Cera,
where Michael Cera and his phone isn't working because at the time cell phones didn't even work that well necessarily.
No.
Yeah, you couldn't rely on them. So yeah, it's a pre-cell phone movie.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
The new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus is transforming my fitness game. And when I tell you I'm obsessed, I mean I'm writing love letters obsessed. As a busy mom who's usually choosing between a workout or a nap, and spoiler alert, the nap usually wins, I need equipment that works overtime like it's trying to make partner at a law firm. Enter Peloton IQ. Basically, your personal fitness bestie built right into the machine. It tracks progress, counts reps, and corrects your form in real time. It's giving supportive friend who won't let you post unflattering angles on Instagram energy. And I live for it. This swivel screen screen situation? Pure genius. 1 minute I'm running like I'm being chased by my deadlines. The next I've spun that screen around for a strength session or Pilates flow. My living room is serving boutique fitness studio realness without the judgmental looks from the one instructor. You know the one instructor. The personalization is next level too. Peloton IQ creates your personal workout roadmap with weekly recommendations, while our incredible instructor lineup means there's always someone to match whatever energy you're bringing that day. Together, they keep you moving toward your next breakthrough, whether that's crushing your first 5K or finally mastering those perfect planks. It's like having a fitness matchmaker who actually understands the assignment. Let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com. Time to level up your fitness journey from trying my best to looking like that. There's also something interesting what you're saying, and just like the stakes are so much lower and you're just having so much fun. But now when you guys have created, this is for all of you because you all have created such cultural moments, does that raise the stakes of your creativity or how you approach things? Like, I remember being in the theater watching Superbad. I remember seeing your first hit stand-up show. I remember watching The Matrix with my auntie in the theater, and she wouldn't shut up because she was like, "You better get it, Keanu." You know, like, I remember, and we see shit, and we're like, that mother bad.
You
like,
better get
yo,
it.
Wait, we gotta watch Good Fortune with your auntie. Yeah, I want to
my
see
auntie
Good
Maddie,
Fortune with
rest
your
in
auntie.
peace. We love her always. She gone, but she's saying it up there. She gone. You know,
Keke's the funniest person in the world. She just told me her auntie passed away, and I'm like laughing because she got.
She got
good fortune.
She got good fortune.
When you guys do stuff like that, though, like, it must raise the stakes where you're like, okay, how do I be great again? Or how do I create this moment? Like, or do you just try to keep staying in the fun of it?
I don't know. I feel like I don't. I mean, you guys write and you direct, and so I'm more of like the vessel of it than the creator of it.
But with these John Wick, these John Wick movies are like some of the greatest movies of all time, honestly, in my opinion. And and they do keep getting better and better. So like, are you when you when you're talking about them, are you like, we have to keep making these better? We did this. It has to be cool.
Yeah, okay, that one's a little personal.
Yeah.
That one's more personal. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a part of that.
Yeah, you know they have to be better. Yeah. And you really do keep making them better and better.
I think that's so important to say, because I think sometimes we do get afraid to be like, no, we want it to be great. We want it to be better. But I think when you go in there knowing that it is better. It does become better.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can get worrisome or frustrating, but as creatives, I think like staying on the pulse of like, this really matters to me. I think, even with the studio, it's like incredible.
Oh yeah, people for sure have also like glamorized not giving a shit about stuff that much, and like I think especially with actors and stuff, I see like actors who try really hard are sort of made fun of, and actors who come to set and act like they don't give a shit are sort of like, that seems cooler maybe like in the eyes of a lot of people. But to me, like the idea of really caring about what you do and try and like admitting that you try really, really hard to make it good, and that you think about it being good and that you want it to be good, like that's been the only thing that's allowed me to make good stuff, is like outwardly trying to make it good. Like, because I'm not good enough to just have it be good. I have to really try,
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel that way too. And how did you know you wanted this cast? And more importantly, because I know me and Seth have done a bunch of stuff with you at this point. I feel like I do a movie with you a year.
Yeah. We're like,
Sometimes they come out, sometimes we save them for later.
we put them on the shelf.
Okay. But Keanu, how'd you know?
How many films have you guys done?
We've done, we're about to do a third in Italy at some point. Keanu, when did you know you wanted him as the guardian angel? Did you already think about him for that role with Good Fortune?
When I first had the script, when I first sent it to Seth, I thought he would be the angel and that we would find some guy to play Jeff.
Okay.
And then, we kind of were like, okay, who do we want to be this Jeff guy? And we could never find the person that felt like they could do Jeff and also be funny being...
Jeff's a tricky role.
He's a tricky role. And
I'm able to bring distasteful people to life in a sympathetic way.
Seriously. You nail it. And we're like, I love the guy.
For better or worse, that is a skill that I recognize I do have.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You could be awful and people still
Oh
like
yeah,
you.
I'm always shocked by. I'm in the test screenings. I read the numbers. I'm like, wow, people are really on board. I can push it pretty far.
But that's exactly why I one day had the light bulb of, oh, Seth should be Jeff. He'd be perfect. Like, he's the guy that could be Jeff, and we'll find someone else to be the angel. And then it was like, okay, we need to find someone to play the angel. And then Keanu's name came up, and I was like, Keanu? Well, who? Like Keanu Thompson? You're not talking about Keanu Reeves. He's never
Yeah, I'm
working
like,
with
how
me.
can you even find Keanu Reeves? I feel like he got a phone for his phone, and he might answer it like in a Batmobile. Like, how do you
I
get to
couldn't.
him?
Yes, it was just seemed like Keanu's just Seth is my friend. Like, yeah, Seth will do a movie with him, but Keanu is like,
That seems like a long shot.
yeah, he's like, yeah, sure, guys. But Keanu happened to be in London. I was like, I was in London. I was like, well, yeah, let's meet. And so we met up, and as soon as I walked in, Keanu was there, taking photos, kissing babies, and had long hair from Wick. And I was like, oh, this is no question. Like, as soon as we start, and I remember the day before, I was looking at the script and I was reading the Gabriel stuff to my wife using a Keanu voice, and I was just laughing.
Wow, let's
so
hear
hard.
it.
Oh no,
Let's hear it.
Yes,
Let's hear it.
only if you give me your Aziz. No.
Oh,
Keke does a great Aziz voice.
I do pretty good. I mean,
It's
I feel
pretty
like,
good. It's pretty
Pretty
good
good.
Aziz voice.
yeah, I'm Aziz. And you're like, I knew Keanu. He wanted to do the movie. I was like, go, Keanu. They love you.
Now do Aziz with an Australian accent.
Okay, this is a fun one. If you could choose, would you choose to peek 10 years ahead of your life, or would you trust the mess of not knowing?
Whoa.
Whoa, I would never look. I would never do that.
you wouldn't look?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
I'm not
what if you
looking either.
see some that don't make today worth living for?
Yeah.
But you're
That would
saying
be
you
bad.
look and you can change things?
I don't know. Yeah, can we change things? Like
I
if
mean-
if I go forward 10 years and I have like an eye patch or something, could I spend the next 10 years trying to mitigate that, or do I just have to accept?
I love this is as bad as it gets if you just have an iPad.
I'm trying to keep it
Oh
tangible.
my
You know what I mean?
That would be so weird though, because that would be bad to see the iPad,
Yeah,
because then
'cause
you're
then you
always on
know.
the
You would
lookout,
be like,
and you don't know when it's gonna
what's gonna
come.
be the
You're gonna be
thing?
paranoid
Yeah.
all the
And then,
time.
like,
It's not
goggles
good.
all
But then,
day,
like, what if
every
it was
day,
just you around? Like, what if it was you saw
Yeah.
the scene of you with the
Yeah.
eye patch and you were just playing a character? Like,
exactly.
you know what?
Yeah.
You don't know the context.
Yeah, maybe I'm just being a pirate. Maybe I get a big pirate job in an upcoming
Maybe I
film.
wrote that pirate movie for
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
Exactly,
You finally
exactly.
made that pirate film. Would you look Keanu?
No.
Yeah.
It's
Not
scary.
now.
It's dangerous.
Not now.
What if you looked and all of us just had eye patches?
Yeah,
It's just
the
a
whole
trend.
world has eye
It's like
patches.
Nelly wearing the Band-Aid. It's just like a new trend.
Do you think that fate is just fate, or do you believe that you make your own fortune?
Whoa.
Just
Whoa.
get deep.
Damn.
Whoa.
What do you think, Keke?
Okay. So I'm about to go somewhere.
Go somewhere.
Whoa.
I
would
feel
be
like
great.
it's like on some interstellar, like I feel like we got a bunch of different timelines.
Okay.
And so I feel like, yes, fate is fate, but I feel like you can choose which one. You understand?
Ah.
Like I feel like you got 10 fates. So they all exist. They're all there for you to get into. But it's like it's up to you based off your choices which one of those fates you want to go into. And you could choose a really awesome one, a really crazy
It's
one.
like a choose your own adventure book.
Exactly. That's how I see it.
You don't want to choose the one where you die. Look on page 14.
You know what I mean?
I would always choose that one. It was always like, the ghost killed you. Now you have an eye patch.
The one with the hat. The one with the hat.
Yeah. That's a
about
good
you?
theory. I like
You know
that
what I
theory.
mean? I kind
That's
of
a
went,
cool theory.
you know, I
Yeah.
think about these things.
Oh.
What about me?
You think we choose our destiny, like we with every choice we make every day, or do you think it's like already written, no matter what, you're gonna end up in
Free will? Is there
Lane
free
two.
will?
I just feel like if you, it sounds a bit cliche, I guess, but if you work hard and you're nice to people, I think you'll come through where you want to be. I hope. I mean,
I don't think that's true, unfortunately.
I think you also have to be pretty good.
A lot of nice, hardworking people that are
Yeah.
good. That get
No,
hands.
I mean, look, I'm just, I'm just happy with the reason I don't look in the future or anything is like, I feel like I'm happy with where I am, and
You don't want to poke the bear.
yeah, wherever I feel so lucky that even we got to make this movie. Like, not many people are getting to make original movies or release in theaters. It's really hard, and even this, like, Keanu hurting his knee, and then there was the writer's strike, and there was all this whole stuff, and it's like, oh, we got here. It took a minute, but we got here.
Keanu. I mean, you've done some incredibly difficult things in your life, and the cold plunge took your knee out. Right?
Yeah. Good fortune
Isn't that
took
crazy?
me down.
It's so random. Like,
Yeah. I'm doing comedy's tough. I'm like working with these guys. We're like literally getting into a cold plunge in a hot sauna. It's a beautiful day. It's California, the sun. We have a view. We shoot a really fun, amazing scene. I'm in my, they gave me a little robe. I'm in my shorts. I got slippers. I'm going back to my dressing room, like the room they gave me, and my foot gets caught in a rug, and I spike my knee, and my kneecap cracks.
oh my gosh, man.
On good fortune.
On good fortune of all.
Yeah.
I know after
The
doing
irony.
this scene.
John Wick 4, it's all fine.
Well, no, it wasn't all fine. But anyway, so that was a challenge. But it
Yeah.
was good, but it's all good.
It's all good. Well, I'm running out of time with you guys. I want to get into this game. I play a game with all my guests.
okay.
And this one is going to be, what am I calling this game? It's going to be called Your Fortune Says. Here's how it works. I'm going to read you a series of strange, ridiculous, and maybe even slightly prophetic fortunes, and you've got 5 seconds to answer, okay? No overthinking, no playing safe.
Wait,
Just answer.
okay, all right.
You ready?
It'll become clear.
I'm scared.
Your fortune says, you wake up tomorrow with good fortune superpowers. What's the most useless one you could have?
Most useless superpower?
Most useless superpower.
That guy who stretches, he doesn't seem to be able to do much with that.
Yeah, he just stretching everywhere.
Armstrong?
Like,
Stretchiness.
you just
Mr.
gonna grab
Fantastic.
something.
Mr.
He's
Fantastic,
stretchy.
he
Yeah.
just reach stuff.
You just kind of stretch.
Yeah, like, what are you reaching for?
That's like not the best superpower.
Yeah. Aziz?
Stretchiness.
Maybe you have like supervision, but it's not that much. It's just enough so you don't need contacts.
That'd be pretty good.
So
That's just called vision.
That's called
normal
vision.
vision. Just
You
normal
have vision.
You have vision.
I'd say normal vision is about
Normal vision.
superpower.
That is-
Hey,
it's amazing.
I wear contacts. You got glasses
Yeah,
on.
I
It'd
wear
be,
contacts.
I would
it'd be
take
helpful.
normal vision. For me, it'd be a gift. Yeah.
You, Keanu?
What's the question?
Pretty much, what is the most useless superpower you could have?
What's the most useless superpower?
You ask all your guests this?
Like, yeah. It's a
This is special for y'all.
It's a superpower, but it's useless.
Useless.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the use?
Crawl fast.
I mean, I don't know.
Crawl fast.
Crawl fast. Like,
Fast
'cause why are
crawl.
you crawling to begin
Oh,
with?
is that a superpower?
It could be.
It's like, that's why it's so bad.
I know,
You
but
don't
do you ever
even
like
get-
look at an ant and go like, how the do they move that fast?
yeah,
Like,
they really do.
Man.
like they cover that ground. and you're-
Cockroaches
And
really
they're carrying
move.
big
cut,
stuff.
and they got
crumbs.
big things.
It's
like,
so
Carrying big
insane.
crumbs.
It's so
There's
fast.
some animals out there and insects
I
that
think
are
we
doing
just came
some
up with
good
Ant-Man.
work.
They're doing some good work.
It's amazing.
Okay, you can swap lives with one of your co-stars for a week. Who and why? I would live to be Seth.
I'd
yeah.
I'd be
I'm saying it
I wanna
today.
be
Yo,
Seth,
I
too.
would, baby, I'd be Keke Palmer. I'd say, baby.
First of all, you have an
this is-
amazing wife.
This is Keke Palmer.
I love smoking weed.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's great.
It would be good. It is pretty nice.
Yes.
Most of the time, it's pretty good. It'd be
Yeah.
fun to be Keke
Dogs.
Palmer.
I would switch with Seth too, because I feel like if I swap with Keke, it'd be like a week. They're like, Kiki's empire just fell apart.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
everything's just gone. To what happened to
Podcast
Keke?
is
she's like,
been in
baby,
London for a
I think
month."
it's Keke Palmer. I don't know. What are we doing? Where? Somebody give me the.
What about you, Keanu?
I'm going Seth.
Okay.
It's
Telling
not
you.
bad. I take it as a compliment.
But here's
Yes.
the thing: like you'd be Seth, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be Seth. I'm gonna smoke weed all day." They're like,
No.
"No, Seth, we need you on set."
Yeah,
it's like
exactly,
this
yeah.
isn't as chill as I thought it was
400
gonna
things
be.
to do today.
I can
He's
only
working all the
imagine.
time. I thought I was smoking weed and making pottery. That's like
email.
1 hour a week.
1 hour a week is that. It's true.
Yo, that's facts. Okay, you're cursed to only eat one food for the rest of your life.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What is it? Oh, yeah. That's how hard.
I'd eat cheeseburgers.
You knew immediately.
Yeah, because they're good. I would choose cheeseburgers. I probably wouldn't live very long if all I was eating was
Start getting
cheeseburgers.
heavy.
Literally, I would get fat. Maybe I'd have to exercise a lot more. Maybe I'd eat one a day. Maybe I'd cut it up into portions.
That's tough.
Yeah.
One thing a day. Cut it up into portions. I love
Yeah.
the
What would you eat?
I was literally knowing it was coming soon.
Jammy eggs.
So I was like, is it jammy eggs?
Stay on
But-
brand, Keke.
Or is it pancakes? I
Whoa.
really love pancakes, guys.
Wow.
I really do love them.
I'll take a toasted peanut butter and honey sandwich.
Oh,
Toasted
wow.
peanut butter and
Peanut butter honey sandwich.
Super
Toast?
chunk. Super chunk.
Whoa.
That sounds good.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Aziz?
I would go tacos.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Because it's also like kind of a
To cheat.
sneaky answer. Yeah, because you can do breakfast tacos.
different
You
kinds
could,
of
you could put anything in there.
Yeah.
That's what she said. I'm kidding. No. Guys, you're amazing. Thank you so much. October 17th, Good Fortune is coming out. Make sure you guys, look, you'll see what the vibe is. You'll see what we're giving
You
in
see the
movie.
vibe.
It's going to be a fun time. You guys are awesome.
You're
Thank you,
awesome.
Keke.
Bye.
Okay, so clearly this cast is unpredictable in the best way and maybe a little too ready to body swap or barter with the guardian angel. You can catch all this energy plus a whole lot more in Good Fortune in theaters now. Trust me, if making it was this wild, watching it is going to be a whole experience.
Baby,